everyone, Shadow Gamer here, and welcome back to another episode of our Gibraltar Challenge here on Football Manager 2016. Now, for the third consecutive season, we have managed to draw Maribor in the Champions League. We've been so close the last couple of years. We've really become better and better. I think last year we only lost by a sole goal. Let's have a quick look. I can go back, can't I? So as you can see, last year we went out by 3-1 on aggregate, so that was a bit disappointing. Year before that we went out on by 1 goal, so we've been really close every year with Maribor, and I'm hoping this season is going to be the one where we can finally knock them off and get through to the third qualifying stage of the Champions League. I don't think that will give us too much extra. It might give us a bit of extra money, but apart from that, it'll probably boost up our reputation a little bit as well, which might help us out with getting some better players. But apart from that, I think we are probably not going to be able to get through the next round. It depends who we draw, I suppose. We might end up with another team that are beatable, but you never know. I think just getting to the third qualifying stage, I think for me would be really good for us. But let's have a quick look at let's have a quick look at some transfers that I've made since the last episode. A few guys here still looking to come in, but I think they're locked in later on. Right, so we have signed up a few random players. I've got this guy in who, well, my scout said he was quite good, but he turned up now. He doesn't look to be that fantastic, but I suppose as a backup striker, it might be handy. Got good free kicks, good heading as well, and some decent mental and physical stats. So at the age of 18, he might end up actually being quite a good player. He's only on £325 a week, which is minute compared to some of our players. So we'll see how he gets on. If he develops well, we'll keep him. If he goes a bit off the ball, then we'll get rid of him. Juan Carlos Dulce. Now, this is a player I was very happy to get hold of. Another really good looking centre back, really good stats. So hopefully he's going to help us out in this game against Maribor. He's going to play, and you'll see why in a second. Mauricio Suesekun, a player I just went for a punt on this one. To tell the truth, he was playing for the Colombian under-20s. He was a free transfer, so I signed him on the idea that he might be quite good. But he doesn't look to be fantastic. But you never know. He might come in helpful, and again, he's only on £350 a week, so we'll give him a season, see how he gets on. If he does just end up being terrible, we'll get rid of him at the end of the year. Of course, we lost a couple of players as well. We'll get into that in a minute, but we brought in Ryan Twyford on loan from Chelsea for the year as a new striker. Looks to be actually a very good player. Really good finishing, heading, some good mental stats, and some decent physical ones as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this guy progresses this season. Sorry, no, he's on loan from Nottingham Forest, sorry. Keegan the Key is on loan from Chelsea. Again, another striker, just to give us a backup option. So we've got 2 strikers, and we've got Michael Luke as well still. So we've got 3 striking options up there should we need them. We brought in Mark Kelly on a free transfer, an Irish striker. So as you can see, there's a bit of a theme going on here. I'm just trying to bring in some more strikers. Irish player playing for the under-21s as well, so he might end up being quite a good player actually. Playing for the under-19s at the moment as well. And the final player we've got on loan is going to be Inigo Garcia, another good young defender. He's Spanish. I think he currently plays for Athletic. He's actually away currently at the under-19 championship qualifiers, which is a little bit annoying because I would like to use him today. But otherwise, he looks like a pretty good player for this season. Now, players gone out. There's quite a few here you might recognise. Some of our normal guys that we've not really used very much of. We brought in Samoes, Jobello and Morton last year, but they never really got going. We did lose, as I suspected, Jimenez on basically a free transfer. We sold him for £500, which was absolutely gutting. But we'll learn from that. We will learn from that, and hopefully we can continue to. I wonder if we can get him back on loan. Not willing to let this player leave on loan because of his first team commitments. Okay. So yeah, we'll continue to make sure that all of our contracts do not have that minimum release fee in there, because if they don't have the minimum release fee in there, as you can see, it works out quite nicely. Brando Requena, I did want $2.5 million for him, but Leon managed to argue me down to $1.7 million, and I have to accept that. I know he was a fantastic player and a player that I'm really gutted to lose, but still, for $1.7 million, you've got to let him go. I'm afraid you've got to let him go, and it's really going to help us out as well by really just giving us a nice bit of boost in the old bank balance, which is something that we need to happen because, of course, now we are professional. Our wages are costing a lot more per season than what they did before, so it's important to make sure we balance the books every year. And like I said before, we're going to have to be a selling club for these first few years because we want to be able to give ourselves a really healthy bank balance to the point where we can start to think about building our own stadium obviously once we've built up our fan base as well. So it was sad to see him go, but at the end of the day, I think it was needed. And 1.7 million is what's that about? That's about 5 years worth of Champions League money for us, so we can't say no, really. So, as I said, we have got Maribor coming up. We've got the away leg first for a change. We normally have the home leg first. We're going to go for the away leg, hopefully try and keep a clean sheet and potentially try and sneak an away goal if we can. And then obviously bring them back to our place and see if we can finish them off. So, let's get straight into that first match against Maribor. And here we go for this match here against Maribor, and what a big match it is. We're away. The last couple of years, I think we've been at home for both the home legs. So I think I prefer being away, because if we can steal an away goal here and go home and defend that I think would be pretty good for us. Yes, this could be our year. I know we're missing a couple of big players like Diego Boanet, who we brought right at the end of last season. I don't know if I've showed you him yet, of course. Absolutely fantastic player, well and far in advance, better than what we should be having. But he is 35 years old, and he's pretty going to be with us for about a season. If he's good enough by the end of this season, then maybe we'll keep on for another one. Who knows? But he's really going to be a help. But at the moment, he's injured, so he's going to be out for this first leg. Hopefully, he'll be back in time for the second leg, and hopefully, he'll be able to help us hold on to a lead if we can pull one off in this first leg. So here we go. We are playing a completely different formation. They're playing quite defensive as well, actually, and they've still got that bloody mark at left midfield. I can't stand that guy. He's annoyed me so much. So we're going to play a very defensive formation. Like I said, we're going to start off with Bruno Ramito in goal, our Australian guy. He's played a full season for us now and only conceded 10 goals in 21 games last year. Shows you how good he's been. Centre-backs, we have Matt Maguire. Always good for a goal from centre-back. This guy is fantastic from set pieces. Alongside him, we've got good old Jim Morrison. Been a rock for us last season. Alongside him, we have Nick Hylton. Again, a very good player, which is why he's wanted by so many clubs at the moment. I'll get into that in a minute because it's really frustrating me at the moment. Got Ashley Riley playing at left wing-back. And not his favoured position. He's not the best player for it, but he was the only player we had fit that could play the position, really. Chris Morgan's going to play defensive midfield. Now, this guy's been fantastic for us as well last season, and I'm hoping he can lead us forward in this Champions League. Right wing back, we have Mick Rose. Again, a player that was incredible for us last year, an absolute rock at the back, and nothing really got past him. Centre midfield, we have our captain Frank Evans, my favourite player in the game. Now got over 50 caps for Gibraltar at the age of 23. What an incredible player he is. Attacking midfield, we're playing Luis Felipe, a player we brought towards the end of last year. Really good player for us. Hopefully he's going to be in top form here today. Alongside him, we have Pavisa Moss, should I say. A player we brought towards the end of last year who didn't get a lot of football for us, but really showed he's a cracking player, and hopefully we'll see some more of that here today. And then we have the debuting on loan Ryan Twyford up front on his own. So, can our defensive formation... We are playing defensive counter-attacking style football, and... we're playing quite structured as well, so hopefully we shouldn't be in too much danger here. We're going to say avenge him for last year, which is to be happy with. So let's get into it. Oh God, I'm so nervous right now. I don't know why I'm so nervous, but I just really want... This is our first real... we were professional when we met them last year, but we weren't really up to the level we are now. We've really managed to develop our squad to a much better level than what it was last year. So hopefully this year we can really show exactly what we can do. It's going to be a struggle this first leg, as it always is, because the way the game works, we are not match fit, we are not ready for this game, which is very frustrating. But we do have a highlight pretty early on. As long as we don't get caught on the break here, that'd be grand. Come on, get it forward. Get it forward. It's Jim Morrison. It's not a good ball. Lorber plays it forward. It's cut up by Oblak. It's going to be a counter to... No, we got the ball back. It's Pavisa Moss. Across to Luis Felipe, who I keep calling Felipe Luis. He's done a good little run here. Felipe sees the run of Frank Evans. Evans back to Morgan. Could there be an early goal in this for us? An away goal would be incredible. Moss plays it forward to Twyford. Oh, he's put it wide. Oh, Twyford. I thought we had it then. Oh, I'm absolutely gutted. We're not going to get a lot of opportunities here today, so we're going to have to take them if we get them. How are we doing? How are we doing? How are we doing? What's the match stats looking like? We've had the most possession and more shots, and we're away from home at the moment. So if we can come out of this with a 0-0 draw, I'll be pretty happy actually. I just don't want to concede because Obviously, I'd rather concede in this one than I would in the second leg when we're going to be at home. But I don't want to concede in either, really. Beltek plays the ball forward. It's a great ball. Is Sarek going to get there? No, Ramito gets there. It's a good goal kick. He's out of position now, though, and they come on to us again. Belik to Demsar. Into the middle to Oblak. Come on, guys. Take the ball off them. Take the ball off them. It's Mark. I hate that man. He's destroyed us, though, the past few years. Moss nearly got it. Demsar with a volley. What a goal! What a goal that is! And I'm disappointed that we conceded, don't get me wrong, but still, that's a cracker on the volley as well. Look at this. Outside the area, straight into the far corner. What a cracking goal that is. I'm annoyed, don't get me wrong, but yeah, you can't be too bitter about a goal like that, really. Okay. If we can get the away goal, like I say, I'll still be very happy we can get the away goal. If we can draw this 1-1 and go home, I'd be happy. But I do not want to lose this first leg because it's going to be difficult enough. Because I still, even though the odds are pretty level, I still don't think we're quite on track with Maribor. I think they're a better team than us. We're getting there, don't get me wrong, we're getting there, but it's just so difficult with our match fitness struggling and stuff like that as well. It's so difficult early in the season. As Riley, are we going to hit them on the counter-attack here? Plays the ball out. It's Moss who heads it forward to Twyford, but Weghorst cuts it out. And Morrison's on the ball now. Come on. Ramito plays it forward. And Twyford's on it. Maybe this highlight is actually going to be ours at the end of the day. It's so difficult sometimes when you get a highlight. You don't know what's going to end up being yours and what's not. Twyford takes a shot and come on, Twyford. You had a really good chance earlier in the match that you squandered wide, and now taking that long shot when you had support. You had support around you. And now it looks like they're taking a little bit more control. They've had more shots. We've had 7 shots and not a single one on target yet, which is probably one of our main problems. And Twyford is not having a very good game. He's playing a 6.3. Of course, we do have the other striker on the bench, but Twyford's the better one. And what a save, Ramito. What a save. Just kept us in a tie there. It's going to be Test then to take the corner. Ah, I couldn't save the second one and Belik gets the goal. Come on. How? Just how? Why do... I thought we were better than this now. I thought we were better than this. But evidently Maribor, once again, is just too much for us. It's just frustrating me now. I don't know how we can't get past them. We really are struggling. I don't know what we can do to even make it better, actually. So we're losing 2-0 at half-time, and I'm going to say I'm not happy with the performance. It's awful. And it seems to fire them up. If we can go up there and get at least 1 goal back before the end of the game, I'll be happy. Because I think we can. I think at home, you never know, we might be able to turn them around. If we can catch them on a bad day, if we can get a goal or even 2, if I'm really being over the top. But now that we've fired them up, it might just help us out. I know the motivation thing is a massive factor on this game, and Twyford's playing a 6.2. You are not looking good at all, mate, are you? Making your debut for us here, and you're embarrassing yourself now. Right, what can we do? What can we do? We're going to have to take off Moss because he's really struggling for fitness. Going to bring on Cristiano, another player we brought towards the end of last season, so Moss is going to come off. I want to take off Twyford, but at the end of the day, he's probably got the best energy out of most people on the pitch. I don't want to risk any injuries for the second leg. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring on Keegan Key anyway. Give him a trial. See how he gets on up front. Anyone else I want to bring on? I think that's it for now. We'll leave it just in case there's another injury, but there's a couple of changes might just spice things up a little bit. You never know. Cristiano, another pretty good player. Brought him towards the end of last season, thinking about this Champions League as we were going forward, but you know, I think the major problem is just not having match fitness before. I did try and schedule a couple of friendlies against our reserves, but the game just kept deleting them over and over again because the stadium was in use by somebody else, and it's so frustrating. Once we can get our own stadium, it's going to be so much better for us. So losing 2-0 away against Maribor is not going to be a good situation for us. I don't think we're going to be able to turn this one round much at home, which is disappointing. I suppose again it's another year of just building ourselves up and hopefully we can create something out of it. That's the thing, I suppose. We need to probably bring in a few more younger players that we can develop into better future stars and hopefully get some money for them as well. And that's the major problem I'm having at the moment is quite a few of our players are wanted by clubs in the Championship, but they're refusing to offer us any money, and all the offers are non-negotiable. And it's annoying all the players that I keep rejecting it all. But Mick Rose, Burnley have offered now 4 times £0 for Mick Rose, and I'm like, he's an intricate part of our squad. He's the best right back in the league. Why would you even offer me like 100 grand at this rate? Because he's unhappy, I'd take 100 grand. It's a good amount of money for us, and it means we can keep Mick Rose happy, I suppose. But they just won't offer a penny, and Harleton's the same as well. And all it's doing is it's reducing the morale of every single player, which is so frustrating because it's going to have an adverse effect on us. And there we go, we lost 2-0 at Maribor, so it's going to make it very, very difficult for us in the second leg, which is a shame. I'm still going to tell them they played badly, and hopefully that's going to fire them up for the second leg. So let's get straight into that second leg. Of course, we're going to have to score some goals, so we might have to change it up a little bit just to see if we can be a bit more attacking. At home, they might try and play a bit more defensive, defending the lead, and we're going to have to go for it no matter what. So let's get straight into that second leg. And here we go, just to cut out in between the two matches. This is the draw for the next round of the Champions League. And should we turn this around against Maribor, which I don't fancy us doing, but should we be able to do that, we will end up playing off against Young Boys in the third qualifying stage, which, isn't too bad. I don't think, what are they, the Swiss team in second, maybe, are they? No, they won it. They actually won the Swiss League 2 years in a row, so maybe it is quite bad, actually. I don't think we'd ever get past Young Boys, but still, just getting through to that next round could be a massive thing for us. Look, they've got a player worth 5.75 million. Come on. Come on. Yeah, okay then. If we can beat Maribor, it's going to be a good little trip out for us, but I can't see us getting past Young Boys. But let's continue on and get that second leg against Maribor out the way. And here we are for the second leg, this time at home to Maribor. The stadium is packed out. Can we turn this one round? We're losing 2-0 from the first leg, which is very, very disappointing. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. We've got a little bit more attacking in this one. We've got 3 attacking midfielders behind Twyford. Now, differences in team. We brought in Baxter at left back. Just because he's better off at left back than what Ashley Riley is. So yeah, he's looking pretty good there. We brought in Marlon Manning at defensive midfielder to go alongside, of course, our Australian Chris Morgan. Philippe and Moss keep their places. Alongside them comes in our newest signing, Diego Boinet. Not got any match fitness really, but hopefully he can still do a good job for us. He's a very, very good player, so I'm hoping he might be able to turn this one around for us. And of course, we kept with Twyford up front for now. I think looking at his stats, he's going to be the one that could eventually really do well for us. But at the moment, he didn't have a very good debut, did he really? So let's tell them we want to avenge what happened and express themselves, which is good. They seem to be motivated. We need to win this one by 2-0 to force it to extra time. We need to win it by 3-0 to actually go through. Is that possible? I don't think so. But at least we're going to have a good go trying. And Boinet gets taken down within 9 seconds of his debut. And here we go. Here we go. Now I did... I can't remember what I've uploaded before this episode. I had some problems with some of my recordings. There was a little bit of an issue with the sound quality. I lost the whole video for some reason. The footage bugged out, so I do apologise for the little bit of strange uploads over the last few days. But hopefully that's going to be the end of it now. After this episode, of course, we'll get straight into hopefully our next Champions League game. But like I said, I'm not quite sure that's going to happen. But we will definitely get straight into the beginning of next season and start to build towards next year's Champions League and see just how far we can go. But Twyford plays it into Pavisa Moss, and we did have an opportunity there 4 minutes into the game to maybe get a goal back, but Moss just hit it straight at the goalkeeper. Bit of a shame, but it's pretty good. We had 64% of possession, 2 shots, 2 on target in the first 8 minutes. I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty damn happy now. What do we got here? 9th minute, and we're attacking once again. We seem to be a lot better at home against Maribor in recent years than we have been away. Away, we really seem to struggle, but at home, we do look like the stronger team. Maybe it's because we sat back and defended in the first leg. I didn't want to concede too many goals, and we sat back and defended and conceded 2 anyway, so maybe that didn't help us out too much. Twyford now sees the run of Luis Philippe. Oh, he's put it wide. Oh. You know what? You just think it's not going to happen, even though We could have scored 3 goals already so far. It just doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Such a shame. But there's still 80 odd minutes left yet. I could be completely wrong. Who knows? If they score an away goal, that could just completely kill us off. So we need to take Mark off the ball as soon as possible because I hate this guy so much. Why won't nobody buy him off of Maribor? There we go. He's put it wide. Why won't somebody buy him off of Maribor so I ain't got to deal with him anymore? That'd be very, very helpful. Come on, guys. Go forward. See what you've got. 4 shots, 2 on target. I believe in you. If we can get a goal before half-time, we might be looking pretty good here. And just think about what getting past Maribor in the Champions League would do for our fan base. Well, that would really help us out, I would imagine. Booster up our fan base. Hopefully we can get a bit more money in. Look towards building up our own stadium, which is a next thing we really want to go for. Come on, have we got an attack? It's Boinette with a free kick. Plays it in. It's a beautiful ball, but no one was there. It's headed clear by Weghorst. And come on, pressure him, pressure him. He plays it straight across the mark. God, I hate that man. Plays it out to Hibasek, who I think might be a new player for them. I don't recognise him from last year. Maverick. Good old Maverick. Oblak, who did some damage to us in the first leg. Mark on the ball, who always does damage to us. Back into Oblak. Don't do all this hard work and then concede in the first highlight, please. Mark with a cross in. And there's the goal. I just don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. We just seem to be... We seem to be great going forward in this game. We've done really well. We've had some good opportunities. And then the first attack against us. And we're just done in straight away. Well, 3-0 on aggregate is probably the worst we've done against Maribor for a good few years, which is unfortunate. And we're going to have to look to build ourselves up again because at the moment we're looking like we could be in trouble here. We don't look like the team I thought we were going to be this year. We've got some very good players, don't get me wrong, and we're going to dominate domestically once again. But yeah, we just need to do a little bit better in the Champions League. I don't know what to do because I really thought this year we had the quality to push Maribor up to the next level, but at the moment we need to score 4 goals to go through, and Twyford is in here, and Twyford does score 1. Well done, lad, well done. Finally looking like the sort of striker we signed on loan for the season. That's what we need to see from him. We need to see 3 more of those if we can. That'd be fantastic. But great ball over the top onto Twyford, who finished off really well. And it's just annoying because if he finished off that one earlier on, this whole game could have been completely different landscape at the moment. But still, it's good to see that we are scoring goals against a club like Maribor, and we are doing pretty well. 7 shots, 3 on target. We just need to use the shots a bit better than what we currently are. They've had 1 shot on target and they've scored it. If we can have that sort of return, then we'll be looking pretty good. So let's stick with the revenge theme because it seems to be working pretty well. Do we want to make any substitutes at the moment? Well, the team seems to be working pretty well at the moment, so we'll leave them as they are for now. But give it another 15 minutes or so. We might have to look to be a little bit more attacking because we do need to get past Maribor if we can, and we might as well go out trying rather than sitting back and drawing this one 1-1 at home. It'd be nice not to lose the game at home, but at the same time I'd rather go out fighting than sitting back and holding out for a 1-1 draw because we need the goals basically. If we could have only drawn 1-1 at their place, that would have been fantastic. Right, so it looks like we are going to get up to about the hour mark on 1-1. It's going to be a free kick here for us, actually. Is this going to be a highlight? No, it's not. Okay. Right, so we're up to the hour mark. What are we going to do here? What are we going to do? What do we have? What do we have in reserve that we can use? I don't quite know what we can do, to tell the truth. I'm thinking maybe pushing Boinette up front. Go in attacking maybe. Pushing Manning up to a centre midfielder and Morgan as a centre midfielder. Would Boinette be better out here maybe? As an attacking left midfielder? Can you play as an advanced playmaker attacking? You can, okay. Moss and Luis, you've got no real use out wide, have you? Luis, are you any good out wide? You're slightly okay out wide as an advanced playmaker. We're going to put that for now just to try and make it a little bit more attacking. There's nobody I can bring on in place of Luis, really. Maybe I just keep him as a centre for now, and we'll just have it a little bit lopsided. It's not a problem. So let's try that out, see if that works at all. Because say we're going to have to go for it. We need to score 3 goals before the end of the game for us to go through. I can't see it happening, but like I say, we're going to go out trying. Boinette is really just not fit. This is his first game of the season. He was injured before the season started, so he's not played any of our friendly matches either. And it's a bit annoying that these matches end up being our friendly matches, essentially. And I think, although it's obviously supposed to be better for us not to have to qualify in the first qualifying stage, it's actually going to be more difficult for us because we're not getting those 2 matches to get match fit really before we go straight in against one of the bigger teams. Twyford, come on, bring that ball down, lad. Twyford has not made himself the best start to the season yet. I think domestically he's going to dominate the goal scoring charts, I think, this season, but in this match really he's not shown the full of his ability, and we're going to get caught out here on the we've gone very aggressively attacking at the moment, and we could get caught out. Or can we get the ball back and maybe attack them? We're chasing them down. They've gone away back to their own goalkeeper once again. Purser plays it forward to Lorba, out to Bellick, and it's going to go to that man, isn't it? Or that man, Mark. Plays it into Oblak. If I can buy Mark, I think I might have to, because he's just destroying us every single year. Oblak across to Maverick. Taken down by Marlon Manning, and Manning is going to get sent off. As if the match can get any better for us, we've had a man sent off now as well. Oh, well. So that is the end of our Champions League escapades this season. Let's bring on Cristiano in place of Boinette as well, who's struggling. Do that. And nothing else really, is there? No. Let's bring on Foster in place of Morgan just for some fresh legs. Not really matters, there's 10 minutes left. We're going all out. I'm disappointed Manning got sent off, but it's obviously frustration and everything links up together. And now they've got a corner. Is it going to be the final nail in the coffin? It is, 4-1. Oh, God. What do we have to do to defeat this? No, it's a foul, it's fine, it's been disallowed. Not that it really matters, they're still going to win anyway, aren't they? But what do we have to do to beat this team? This is the... I wonder if next year... I wonder if we're just getting an unlucky draw. Can we end up with a better draw than Maribor next season? Is there a team that we can play that's not quite as difficult as Maribor? If we got the draw against someone like TNS, that'd be fantastic. But we've had Maribor 3 years in a row now. Maybe it's not the team that we're struggling against. Maybe it's the draw. Maybe we're just being unlucky with a draw. Who knows? Maybe... I thought Maribor was a team that we could potentially beat this season, but obviously and evidently, that is 2 words together, I was wrong. Disappointing. Let's say we're unlucky out there. It just relaxes them ready for the beginning of the season, but I'm very disappointed because I think we had a chance this year. I really do. But yeah, not a major problem. Let's have a quick look and see how much we got monetary-wise from our little Champions League escapades. We've been given £214,000. Okay. Manning's been banned for 1 Champions League. Actually, he's going to be banned for the next year's Champions League, right? And we've got £178,000 as well. And Harry Kewell was spotted at the Victoria Stadium, keeping tabs on Mick Rose. Who Harry Kewell? Harry Kewell is the manager of Doncaster, who has actually made an offer for Mick Rose. He offered £1,000. I've requested £250,000. We'll have to see if that works out in the future. So let's have a look at our finances now. We're looking pretty good, as you can see. We've made nearly £2 million this year already. That's obviously because of the sale of Requena. We got 1.7 million for him, and obviously our Champions League profit as well. So we did make a loss last season of 1.6 million. Basically, that's mainly to do with wages and agent fees and stuff like that I signed in. I'm going to try and be a little bit more clever this year on who we spend the money on, because we don't want to go all out. I think the best thing for us to do is maybe, instead of bringing in players like Boinette and players like that, probably try and bring in some more younger players if we can. Who are these players wanted by them? So Luis is wanted by Sao Paulo. So we've put a £1 million on him. Let's put 1.5 million on Luis. So if Sao Paulo want to come and get him for 1.5 million, well, they can have him. Pavisa Moss is wanted by Shrewsbury. Not a massive team. So let's say £1 million because he's a pretty good player for us. Marlon Manning is wanted by Sunderland, Tranmere and Wolves. Okay. So maybe boost that up to 1.5 because he looks like a pretty good player actually. And the clubs that want him can afford that sort of money. Jim Morrison's wanted by Sunderland. Let's boost it up to 750 because Sunderland can pay that. I'm pretty sure Sunderland's still in the Premiership now. Where are you, Sunderland? Come on, load. Sunderland are in League One. Wow. They have free fallen, Sunderland. That is really bad for them. That is really, really bad. I'll tell you what, while we're here, let's have a quick look at the Premiership, just in case anyone's interested. We're into 2023 now, so we're quite a few years into the future, and this is what the Premiership looks like. Not a lot of massive changes. We've got Crystal Palace in there still, of course, Derby, Sheffield Wednesday, and that's really it. Derby and Sheffield Wednesday, the only two teams, and Ipswich as well, sorry, are the only teams that are not normally in the Premiership, so they've looked pretty good. Last year, can we have a look at last year's? How do we do that? Let's have a look at the history then. Let's have a look at the history. Results, is that what I want to look at? Nope. I want to look at awards. So look at Neymar. Neymar plays for Chelsea. Oh wow, no wonder Chelsea are doing well. 46.5 million they played for Neymar. Oh, that is an absolute bargain. Wow. That is an absolute bargain. So what I'm looking for, previous winners is what I'm looking for, isn't it? Why have I clicked on Chelsea now? Come on. So Chelsea are the holders of the Premiership. Let's go back. I want to see who won the Premiership. Teams, is that it? Most team goals. How do I even look at it? I've forgotten how to do anything on this game now. Pass positions, is that it? No. Okay, I'm doing really bad at this, aren't I? Profile. Okay. Previous. Oh, we'll just go to past winners, can't we? Chelsea, 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 Arsenal, Chelsea, Chelsea, Chelsea. Okay, so as you can see, Chelsea have dominated. Oh my god. Wow, Chelsea won 5 years in a row, then Arsenal won, and they won 3 years in a row. Oh my word. So Chelsea have looked incredible so far. And that's pretty damn good. Now, is there anyone interesting in the Championship? Villa's down there. Nobody you wouldn't expect. Orient's up in the Championship, which is good for them. Plymouth are in there. Swindon. Nobody you'd really be shocked to see there. League One. Of course, apart from Sunderland, no one you'd really be shocked at either. League Two. Any non-league clubs doing well? Barrow in there, Crawley, Ebbsfleet, Halifax. Again, no one crazy. Vanarama National, Hemel Hempstead have done well. Ilkeston. I don't think those two teams are there at the moment. Chorley. Bolton. Bolton are in the conference. Wow, Bolton have really dropped down. This is strange. Going to Scunthorpe as well. Wow. It's interesting to see as you go further on just how some of these teams really just disappear into obscurity. Wow, that's pretty insane, that is. Pretty insane. Well, anyway, guys, that's going to be the end of the episode. That's going to be the end of this episode. That's what I'm trying to say. A bit of a shame the way it all finished up. Losing, of course, to... Yeah, we lost 3-1 on aggregate to Maribor, which is a bit of a disappointing one. But hopefully we can go on and have another dominant season in the league. Of course, win all 4 cups once again. Next episode we'll come back and we will play the Pepe Reyes Cup, whoever that's going to be against, and then we'll play against Lincoln Red Imps in our first game of the season. Big game, that one, because they finished second last year, so getting a victory in the first game will be absolutely incredible. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Of course, if you have, then please do hit that like button. It does help me out a lot. And of course, if you are new around here, be sure to subscribe for a lot more of this Gibraltar challenge. And I am tempted to maybe start a new series pretty soon. I'm thinking maybe of doing Rangers in Scotland and trying to revive them and revive Scottish football. Not quite sure if that will go ahead yet or not, but keep an eye out for that if it does. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.